Collective. I hope everyone had an amazing snowed in day, frozen day, wherever you are. And if you are in warm weather, send me some of that warm weather. The straight ice and snow outside. So your girl has been staying in and trying. Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Um, Thank you to all my subscribers, watchers, viewers, everybody who has liked, shared, and subscribed to my channel. Thank you to all the new subscribers, watchers, viewers, and likers. I appreciate all of your support. I ask that you continue to come back, and if you came back, I must have said something that you liked or brought awareness to you in your life, wherever you are. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. An extraction event. Peacemakers, air disaster, but it doesn't always have to mean air disaster. This could just mean aerial, okay? And a revolution here, okay? Ooh, and power. Okay, I don't even want to go there. Um, Ancestors of my highest good, all beings of the most high vibrational, light and dark, for the highest good of myself as well as the collective. I ask that you protect my energy and I allow you into my energy as well as my vitality to use or speak through me the messages of the divine, of the ethereal realms, and of the celestial realms to the collective for our highest good. For those of us that are in the upright at heart, I come to you in the energy of gratitude and appreciation. I ask that you magnify my protection shield at this time. Bring all of my chakras to a state of activation, balance, equilibrium, and magnify their power so that they work all cohesively together so that I may give out the messages to the collective as fluidly, concisely, and precisely as possible. Please remove all negative and low vibrational energies and all their connections to their wicked tools and devices, including hovering and monitoring spirits which I ask go blind and deaf and be sent back through the portals from which they came. And for those portals to be healed and sealed indefinitely at this time. Please remove all negative energy, including hexes, curses, spells, evil eye, voodoo, and hoodoo, and all variations of such that are meant to interfere with my energetic field, my toroidal field at this time, or the messages that I'm giving out to the collective. Ashe, so mote it be. I do not allow anybody, any energy or entity to attach to my energy or vitality at this time. You are not allowed, you do not have permission. You are hereby required to remove yourself or be removed forcefully. Ashe, so mote it be and so it is. My energy is my own, as a peaceful, safe, protected, and sovereign, high vibrational being of whatever being or origin that I may be from. Ashe, so mote it be and so it is. Something is very pristine here in the energy, very precise, very accurate. So, did anybody hear the clarion call? Clarion call. You may have heard, even if you don't know that it's a clarion call, your cells in your body, the memory that your cells contain, they would know what the clarion call is. For some people, it may have sounded like a war call. It may have sounded like a frequency. And some you may have felt this in your spirit or body. It's the clarion call. Okay. It went out 12 a.m. last night. Between 11:50 and 12 a.m. Okay. I did not stop hearing it for at least 15 minutes. So 15 or the number 6 is significant. Okay. Um, if the grids go down, it's not the worst thing in the world. It is a superficial or artificial type of thing that only entraps and encases and encloses, okay? Um, Oh, okay. First order of business. Please stop trying to send me spells of dread of speaking before I go live, or procrastination. I hereby declare dominion over those spirits and strongholds, any and all variations of such, and I return them back to sender with love and light tenfold. Ashe, so mote it be, and so it is. Just please stop doing that. You just, we're laughing at you at this time. Like I said, if the grids go down, it's not the worst thing in the world. Government and brainwashing. Gotta love it. Oh, Lord. But thank you to all of those in the collective that support your girls, support the channel, and all of that. And to the rest, who cares? Okay, so before I get into the message, I had a book. And then I was told to read the symbols, okay? And I was told to read from bottom right to left, then up to the top or to the next section, left to right. And so how we read Egyptian hieroglyphs, or even back in the day, how we read was bottom right to left, up to the next sentence or paragraph, left to right, up to the next paragraph, left to right. Right to left. So yeah. What I noticed is this book is called From Myrrh to More. And this is one of my very short etymology books. Okay. It talks about phonology, semantics, morphology. Cute word. Cute. Okay. Myrrh. I said myrrh because I've been having this book for a long time, but of course, since I've been moving, I've been pulling out all my books and stuff. And so, of course, I've been looking into my books as I pull them out. And Mer simply stands for people, mermaids, okay? But mermaids are not what you think. It's more so people of the deep, people that came from the depths of the water. It could be the depths of the heavens waters, whatever, We're not going to get too deep into that, wink, pun intended, But in this book, because the clarion call, and then I heard there's an extraction event that is taking place or that is about to take place, extraction event. And then I do have dates and stuff like that. Also, dates are frequencies. You can break the days down, even the time down to frequencies. They also use this particular method to input locations and stuff in the time machines. Dates, times, they frequencies, okay? Yes. Oh no, you're Kate. My kids decided that they were going to dress up as superhumans today, so be that. I'm gonna let them have that. So, if I were to read in the manner that I just expressed to y'all, this is talking about an eclipse. Now, I kept trying to figure out what this symbol is, right? Because at first I'm thinking a capsized boat, right? But also I'm getting that this may be a symbol that puts emphasis on the symbol next to, under, or near it, okay? So during a great looks like solar eclipse event, my live is fuzzy. Yeah, weather, we've had to scrape ice off the satellite here, It's gonna, but anyways, so I guess that's not gonna help. But this is talking about during in a great solar eclipse, with emphasis on the solar eclipse. Either those of the heavens with the knowledge and wisdom of the heavens they descended, or I really feel like that this is those with the wisdom of the heavens. The staircase could represent the heavens, an ascension, okay? Or a descending of those with this is an owl, with the knowledge or wisdom of the heavenly realms here. And I don't even know how to express this, right? Because here, this could be the primordial state of the all-seeing eye. But prior to the pineal gland being established, the pineal gland probably wouldn't have been established to make this a fully all-seeing eye until we began to speak here, okay? But this is talking to me like the depths of the seas, which would be a portal to the heavens, the heavenly realms, those that came from the depths of the seas to come onto land and walk the land. Here you see a strike here. This could mean that they grew land legs, or that they developed the ability to walk amongst those of the avian being race. This will be Thoth the Atlantean, and others with emphasis on Thoth the Atlantean, or a blue avian race here that taught them to speak. Notice he is pointing to his mouth, right? And then he is kneeling in such a way where you would possibly kneel to a particular being or race. Like if the blue avian race were the dwellers, or the keepers of the land, those from the depths of the seas that emerged and walked amongst the land, and then came into connection with these, or came into proximity with the blue avian race, that not the keepers of the land. I just want to say the keepers of the knowledge of the land here, with emphasis on the blue avian race here. They had a lot of knowledge of land dwellers here. They taught them to speak, but the kneeling would represent, see, this is not a full kneel. This person's, both their knees are not down, so this is not giving me a praise. This is not giving me a praising type of thing where they gave up their power, those of the deep, to those of the land, the blue avian race, but more so like a teacher, so to speak. You know how you would kneel, like the way this person, if I'm praising a person, that means that I am exalting you over me, my power, my abilities, my everything. I am giving the essence of my being over to you. And I would be both knees down on the floor, right? This person has one knee up, and then they are pointing to the mouth, which it indicates to me a teacher, right? Or they are honoring the teacher here. They are still established in their power with one knee up, but they have one knee down to establish a level of mutual agreement and respect for both powers, one powers of the lands and powers of the waters here. Those are possibly the Thoth or Atlantean race here that dwelled on the lands when the Mer people emerged from the depths of the waters here. They would have taught them or taught them to speak. Pun intended, bro. Pun intended. So I found that very significant here, because Mer is short for mermaid or mermen or merfolk. Okay. And the story for later days. So I don't know what this the Clarion called the extraction event. Please remove all confusing and elusive type of spells, witchcraft, signals, energies that are trying to interfere with my thought process as well as my speech process. Please. Oh, Lord. Huh. Please balance out my third iron crown chakra at this time, as well as my throat chakra. I'll show you somebody being so it is. Okay. So, I don't know if anybody in the collective remember during the years 1991 and 1997, some of you in the collective would have been dreaming of being abducted. Okay, sensitive subject, totally a trigger warning for those of you, because some people may have forgotten this, right? 1991 and 1997 are very significant. You could have been born in those years, but you don't have to be. But I really detect that a lot of people had, or a very big group of specific people had, a lot of dreams of abduction here, or possibly running or being chased by something, a big bright blue light here. Okay, so if your memory may have or may have not been erased of this event to prevent you from going into any type of traumatic shock for what took place, this would have been by your ancestors more than likely, and what they did was instill chips in parts of your body. These chips were not meant to hurt or harm you, but also to track you and make sure that you were safe, right? This is one way that they track us. And not all abduction events are good. Okay? But this particular ones that I'm talking about, very significant. The chip would have been placed there for a day or time such as this, because they knew that because of the false matrix, this artificial, superficial matrix grid, it was one of the reasons that it was placed or built in the manner that it was, to be a mechanism to shut down certain frequencies and downloads, keep us from getting that, to activate certain spiritual gifts, to activate certain knowledge within you, to activate certain healing within you. So they knew that that would take place. They knew that was inevitable. So they sort of placed this ship not just to track their kind here, but also to be able to activate you through using technology here from their motherships and stuff, to activate the certain portions of you that they knew that this false matrix grid would try to keep from activating here, would try to keep locked down, dead, dormant here, not being able to be tapped into, tuned into. So they would have placed chips into their kind, okay? Their kind that they sought out. 1991, 1997, very significant here. Very, very significant here. So during the time, I'm telling you right now, with the books, we're talking about intellect here. We're talking about knowledge, access to knowledge. So they would have had to activate these chips, or send a signal or a code to these chips that they embedded in whatever part of your body, in order to unlock certain parts of your psyche, your memory, your spiritual gifts, in order to it's like a manual a shock factor or defibrillation, so to speak, of a particular part of your DNA or gene code, in order to allow you to access the knowledge or the information that they have in you, to allow you to not just awaken, but to know what to do next instinctually, intuitively here. Okay? So that would be significant for this time right now. So that's why I asked if anybody heard or felt the clarion call. Again, between 11:50 p.m. I'm in Central Mountain Standard Time, or whatever the hell you want to call this shit. I don't know. I don't believe in times really, but you know, I can definitely just simplify time it down into a frequency here. Okay. And like I said, dates and times are frequencies. Yeah, because during this time of the fall of a civilization, okay, we have greed, corruption, indulgence, and ignorance. Ignorance compared to, remember, we just had the book, which had intellect, ignorance here. A fall of a civilization, okay? The bullies, I'm telling you. Can y'all just let me get the question out first? The bullies with the obsession of those that have access to the knowledge and the wisdom of the heavenly realms, and even of the depths of the sea, which is not really the depths of the sea, because if you go down, you go up. I mean, it's water, for Christ's sakes. Anyways, I also heard something that Yamla Pata. Okay? I don't know what that is. I don't speak that language. I can't even tell you where it derives from here. Yeah, man, listen. During the ice disaster, they are obsessed. So, of course, I think we've all come to the conclusion, or at least for the majority of us, we think, or we really feel in our spirits, that this whole ice storm shit, winter snowstorm shit is orchestrated, right? We all know that. We all know that. We have obsession and then ice disaster, because they are trying to freeze out. They are trying to freeze out. I don't know. They are trying to freeze out or freeze us in to prevent an extraction event from happening. And this don't have to mean that your ancestors of the heavenly realms, or of the celestials, or of the infinite all. This doesn't mean that they're coming to just pick you up, put you on a spaceship. And it could. I don't know. But I'm just saying, like, this could just mean an extraction event as far as them being able to come in and physically locate you wherever you are in order to, after activating or sending a signal to this chip, being able to precisely pinpoint your location with accuracy, so then they can manually send you the codes that is needed to unlock other parts of yourself. I don't know if y'all notice, but people really are exhibiting supernatural abilities, like more and more and more and more and more. And people be like, that's AI. Yeah. Brainwash. That's AI. Just straight brainwash. Everything is not AI. You know? And I know so because AI told me so. Intellect. Can't make it up. And they're obsessed with the intellect, the Akashic records, the knowledge, the wisdom that is being downloaded, or that our ancestors, for those of us, you know, that they are trying to beam into us, you know. Scotty Beam to mothership type of shit, you know. Rural living just gives me like isolation here, okay? You could be in a rural place, or it could seem very rural where you are. Very in the current lifetime. Intellect, current lifetime, I mean, if you were a child, gestational period, childhood, and on the other side of that is adulthood. During 1991 or 1997, even most of us that are in our late 30s, early 40s, that still would have been childhood years. And like I said, you would have had a lot of dreams or mares here of being chased by something, being taken by something. Like these are not uncommon or unnormal dreams or events. They are not. And they weren't just dreams here. Okay. Yep. Athletic spirit, warriorism, but this is also giving me information that you would need to fight. And I don't know if this doesn't mean that we're not going to honor violence or anything like that. But I'm talking about being able to fight spiritually, fight against spiritual attacks here. Something that was placed in you in childhood, something that would have been activated now in adulthood that would allow you to fight back spiritually, okay? And fight back spiritually can be just protecting of oneself here. One of your spiritual body, your ethereal body, any of your abstract bodies. That's what I just heard. Abstract. Poverty is here. Okay. Brainwash came right back out. Okay. So they tried to brainwash those who they knew would be potential risers or fighters in the spiritual realm, or very, 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 very skilled in the art of spiritual war here as well. Those who have wealth here, or the spiritual fight or essence in you is a form of wealth here. Huh? Servant is here. Brainwash people, the athletic warriors into being servants. The government. So the land of Goshen is a part of America. America is the Holy Land. The Grand Canyon is one of the most ancient and holiest of sites in the lands of Americas, as well as Memphis, California as well. I've been picking up on California a lot lately by way of E40 songs. It happens like that. It happens like that. So shouts out to all my people, my kinfolk, everybody from Cali, from the Bay Area, from the land here, from the town. Beauty is here. Somebody could be also doing beauty spells here. Somebody wanting people, and beauty could just be it could just be an abnormal look to a person or people or a group of people that someone wants to enslave here. Somebody wants to enslave, and more so like experiment on here. Or maybe sacrifice here. The beauty also could be, yep, rebel here. Okay. People that will have the spirit, again, to rebel, like your spirit is rebelling against stuff. You don't know if you picked up on the clarion call. You would have had strange dreams last night, yep, of those of the Freemasons, Rosicrucians, stuff like that here. What's it? In the West. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. And charity. Okay. They were supposed to be done gave us this land back. For those of us that are the natural keepers, owners, and dwellers of the lands. So if the MERS could have possibly had a treaty here with the blue avian race to possibly genetically alter and or modify or genetically Mercury retrograde has the foreshadow, overshadow, whatever you would like to call it, the pre-shadow, it's been here for like a week. Because I can feel it. I thought it was something else, but I definitely can feel it. But they would have merged the best parts of their DNA, the best abstract parts of their DNA here, and put them together to create create a bloodline that will be able to sustain what it is that is occurring now. Okay. Can I just keep the cards in my hands for a minute? And I already know people find me hella weird. I don't. I simply, at the rate that things are going, you just simply cannot give a damn anymore. So who cares? Who cares? Yeah. The ones that will be able to rise up and become leaders here. The ones that are connected to nature here. We talk about Tiamat, Ashe, Gaia, Ashe, Mother Earth, Ashe, Mother Nature, Ashe. Okay. So they were supposed to Ben had given the lands back or given back what is due to those who are the natural inheritors of said very holy land. Because when I got Goshen, it said the land. Because if you know anything, if anybody has done their research, Egypt is in America. Okay. The pyramids, the mounds, the everything is here. Everything is here. Okay. It doesn't mean that it's not in Africa, but remember there was a great cataclysm that caused a great land drift and of a huge mass. But you know, anyways, that's why they keep the Grand Canyon so closed off to tourists and stuff. You can only go to certain parts here. You're not allowed to go to very like Smithsonian. I said what I said. Smithsonian, aka the Vatican. Okay, for what they found in the Grand Canyon here. But Goshen was the land that was allotted to the Hebrew Israelites to live apart from the Egyptians once they came out of captivity. I want y'all to listen to me. Once they came out of captivity, Goshen would have been the land that was allotted to the Hebrew Israelites to live in peace and under the provisions and blessings of the Most High God. God would have made that land very abundant, very fruitful here, and many things to allow the Hebrew Israelites, the original children of the Most High God source, or the original descendants of the Most High God source, in order to live apart from Egypt. And Egypt, if you do your etymology, it simply means captivity. Okay, it means captivity. Okay, it means captivity and enslavement. Of course, we seen servant come out. Okay, for those that they saw as being beauty or the eye of the apple of his or her eye here in the West. They were given the land of Goshen. Okay, to rise up as leaders, to be leaders, to be able to even sustain, not just sustain this land, but have this land. Yeah, y'all be doing too much. Total trolls. They always get to acting up when I get on live. Temecula is, I don't know where that is. Is Temecula? It just keep coming out. Brainwashing. They try to brainwash the leaders, those who were supposed to rise up into positions of leadership for the land of Goshen. Okay? The allotted land charity. And they brainwashed them. They targeted them and brainwashed them. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Government. Oh, okay. Bro. Again, Egypt, etymology. You can look it up on Google right now, anywhere. It simply means captivity and or enslavement. Okay? That's what that means. Or actually, it means bondage. Let me rephrase myself. Correct myself. It means bondage. Okay? The industry. Brainwashing and man, listen. Man, listen. Y'all gonna trip off the next card. Brainwash. Okay? Brainwashing. The industry. Okay? Guess what's next? Egypt, enslavement, bondage, captivity. Man, earth disaster and then guess what they tried to do? Look, I ain't say it, the card said. This says alternative sexuality. That was one of their ways of doing this shit to cause a major earth disaster here. Okay? Earth disasters in what? Communication, okay? Communications via ritual sacrifice. Bro, I ain't gonna, man. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. So they simply just don't want the rightful owners of said Americas to re-inhabit what is rightfully owned, theirs, that rightfully belongs to them. And also, I want to point out the fact that, healers, that's why the healers, you know those Buddhist monks that are going on the peace walk? Oh, okay. They are scribes and keepers of ancient knowledge here, but they agreed to live apart from the valley of the shadows of death to keep the saintly information for when it is needed. See, it's all a working mechanism here. It all goes hand in hand. Don't ever think that any event is an isolated event or that it doesn't have anything to do with the other, because everything that's going on, even if it doesn't seem like it's significant to what is happening, it all ties into each other. All of it. Oh, here I go. So you know the reason why, and this is going to be a subject of race real quick, or topic of race, just real quick, little snippet of it. So you know the reason why black people can't get reparations, because you're calling your fucking self black and you're not black. You're not black. Even if you are of a melanated race, you're still not that here. People are given the name from the land of which they come from, okay? Hence, from Mer to More. Simply just change the name, the spelling of those that are the Mer race, those that came from the waters of Oshun, so to speak. You would be an Oshunite, or you would be I mean, if you look in any book, they'll tell you, if you look at any book, any history look, like real history book, they give you all the different names. They give you what the people were called here. For example, phonology, Phoenicians, phonetic, to speak. Okay? Those are not simply a people. There were a group of people that had learned or obtained the ability to speak. And they named the land, particular land, after that. But anyways, the reason why black people can't get reparations is because you call yourself black, and black is not a race nor a nationality. Okay? It is a status. And it is a bad status concerning any type of law. Okay? Like being blacklisted, blackballed. Okay? That's one reason why you can't. Prior to you being called black, we're called African American now, but prior to that, you were called black. Prior to that, you were called Negro. Prior to that, you were called colored. Prior to that, you were called mulatto. Mulatto was the race that was the creed for the indigenous people of the Americas, okay? They tricked a portion of the mulattoes, okay, to classify themselves as mulattoes. So they would get reservations, and the other portion, a huge portion, they tricked them into classifying themselves as colored and or negroid. Don't take my word for it. Always do your own research. Because I want to show. And this is a very short dissertation of whoever this Cosmo L, okay? Cosmo L, who wrote this, or, you know. Oh, and on the back. Oh, and on the back. I didn't even read the back. It says, they confuse you by calling Moors black, but never stop to tell you that the black race is a theory born in the mind of Johann Friedrich Blumenbach, a German. Okay? Myth-busting etymology of Negro, black, colored, Moros, and more. Moro, mulatto, Moors. But before Moor, it was Mer. Those of the depths of the water, the descendants of those of the waters. Okay, Oshun would be Oshun would be the birthing mother of those that have the indigenous nature or DNA of Mer. Waters of the deeps, waters of the heavens above, Mer, Oshun. She would be the omnipresent conductor and or birthing mother of those of the Mer. The Mer. Those that simply emerged from the heavens through the depths of the water. I know that sounds crazy, but the depths are actually the upper echelons. You know, like, or portals too. You know? But that's why black people can't get reparations, because one, you got to denounce yourself from being black. Like, so when there was this whole outrage when Lil Wayne was like, I'm not black, Black Lives Matter, because he knows what the term black means when we keep calling ourselves that. And I know that it takes a lot for people to come out of that, you know. We've already established that, you know, we can't be called African American. That makes no sense here. Okay, even if we're descendants of Africa, you know, and we. Just look up old maps of land masses when they were connected prior to and during the Bering Strait, a great ice age. Oh, fucking A, bro. How I love that I read. If any man ever asks me what I bring to the table, I can read. I can read, and I can research, and I can read, because how great it is to read. I don't take nobody's word for anything. Oh, other words that they once called people of color were Blackamoor, Blackmoor, African Negro, and any Any very dark-skinned complexion person, black, having of Negroes, not a person, just a description. Not a person, just a description. It's not even a race or a nationality. That's why I just checked other. What the fuck is you talking about? Other. The fuck? I don't have to identify as such. Also myrrh, coming from the another thing that myrrh was derived from was Moroccish or Moroccan. Sounding closer to Egypt or no? Not yet? Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, and Morocco or Marrakesh or Morocco or Marrakech is a word that is derived from the Berber. I know y'all know what the Berbers are. Please, some of y'all do. Mor Akush. Hold on. Mor Akush, the land of Kush. Kushites. It's all the same thing, bro. It's all the same thing. Latin and bro, etymology will teach you so much. Like if I never implore anybody to look into anything, just start reading etymology. You're gonna look at words, your speech, the way you talk, what you say, very, very, very differently. You're gonna learn in etymology they give you the English term, they give you the French term, they give you the Latin river. I can't even say it, but they give you the Latin predated Latin meaning of such here. They give you the Old English. They give you the Spanish version of it too. Okay. What y'all doing in there?
They gotta get that here.
I definitely need my other books, bro. I am definitely gonna come. They keep talking about the letter resh. Okay? Hebrew, resh. And also, I'm gonna point this out because it's been a long time since I went through this book. But look, they're associating the Hebrew letter resh, which means the head of, the chieftain, the captain. It would be known like the chieftain would be known as the Mer of those of Kemet here. Okay. Anyways, the Nile River. Remember I said something about Goshen? Look at the Nile River. I mean, if you look up a landmass here, this is a actual aerial footage or view here. It's the Grand Canyon. It's the Grand Canyon. Actually, you know, the Tigris and Euphrates is actually the Mississippi River, but, you know, and before that dried up, it ran all alongside the southern border all the way through Arizona and into Nevada here. It's a fossilized river. It's still, no, it's not fossilized because underground they still found that there are still waters that run deep underneath the desert sand. By the way, did y'all hear about them 300 pounds of bodies, dead bodies that they found in the fucking desert in Nevada? Oh, the Dead Sea is Salt Lake City. Is Salt Lake. That's the Dead Sea. You know? But what else? What else? What else? You better chill. And so they show how, in this book, they also show how the original language of hieroglyphics, it wasn't even a language, it was a series of symbols here. And people just knew what they meant, and then it evolved into spoken language here, okay? but it shows the hieroglyphic form and how it evolved into what is today is the modern Hebrew letter and alphabet here, which also can be found in Psalms 119. And each Hebrew letter has a number to it, just so you know. So if I wanted to ever call up on a frequency, or I wanted to invoke Psalms 119, any of the precepts thereof, I could simply write a number to represent that particular precept. It will be the same as praying it. I could actually speak the whole thing out, or I could simply call the letter which represents that particular passage or precept here in Psalms 119, if anybody wants to know that. Okay. Mer also stands for overseer, not overseer, chief officer. You better quit. You better quit spanking on my kids before I put you in the headlock, bro. And that's why she laughing at you. Do you want me to whoop him? Okay, I'm gonna whoop him.
You're gonna be laughing in a minute when I put this belt on her.
What are you doing, Kai?
She would fall at Kai and up messing with him.
Oh, you're being messy.
There's no reason you should be getting her like that.
I know her, child. I know her. I done told you about that, Kai. So here it has the different variations of mer. We have mer, M-E-R. We have mer-ot, M-E-R. There's a space in between A with the accent mark over it, A-A-U-T, ma'at. Oh, okay. These are different variations of mer, mer-ot, or ma'at. I can't stand you. You get on my nerves. Why you got them two red pigtails in your head? Where y'all going? Bye, bro. If y'all look, y'all fall and bust your ass in the ice, I know that. I know that. Get them damn boots out. So it also talks about mer, and then I'll get back to the message, y'all. But it talks about mer, M-E-R. Overseer is the chief officer, the head, the superintendent, director, foreman, and it's plural, okay? It's plural. Mer'at, okay? Inspector of dignities of the highest kind, Mer'at, or Ma'at, okay? Mer'at with a longer driven out A-U-T, heads of families, sheiks of tribes, okay? Mer'at, M-E-R, space, A-H-T. It's just showing you, etymology just shows you how these things, they went from being one thing to another thing, and they just changed the spelling of, they added to, they took from, but they all mean the same thing. But the mistake came where we went from being mers or models or anything like that. We went from classifying ourselves as that or acknowledging ourselves as being that too, because mind you, mer is just talking about kemet. It's just talking about kush, okay? And then we start being, our ancestors were tricked into calling themselves colored and black and stuff. The moment that they did that, but they were tricked. They didn't know no better. Mind you, English was not their first language here. They were not allowed to speak their original languages here. And I don't care if you're Mexican, Hispanic, Latino, whatever the case may be. And you were here because the Americas was a mixing pot of all here. The people of certain backgrounds, they're not just all bright skin, fair skin, straight hair here. I know plenty of negritos, okay? For example, here, and they darker than me. Hair fucking woollier than mine. And they have afros. And they speak straight. You can find some in Oaxaca. And then those would be technically the descendants of, don't keep playing and running from that door. Stay from it. Those will be descendants of I had it right there. And it's gone. Don't be running in and out of the door, let my heat out. Then nobody, y'all not finna heat the whole damn neighborhood with my heat.
Nobody goes, oh, you finna get a whooping. My phone been dropped.
But anyways, freak. Why can't I call the fucking names here? The mound builders. That is crazy to me that I don't, and I say this every day. I speak on them all the time. So the last thing we had was the industry enslavements by brainwashing people through that bullshit ass music. People that they know are leaders, people that they know that the lands belong to, people that they know are descendants of here. Trust me, our ancestors are way smarter than what these folks think. They already planned for here. They already planned for these, and that's why I said if there's an extraction of it about to occur, and this could be anything, right? But they already knew that there would come a time where the ones who were not the actual descendants of the originals here, the ones that were that stole leadership, places of power, land, all that stuff, that they would try to create systems that would keep us from being able to tune in and tap into the higher realms here for when it came time. Okay. But mind you, I said enslavement and then industry. Those were the next ones after, and then brainwash here. And then we had healers and aesthetics or ascetic. Bro, these cards is like, yeah, of tribes. Of tribes. See the indigenous people on here? Yep. Devilish government. I cannot make this shit up, bro. I cannot. What? And then it came out again. So, group living. And then we have artists. Tribe. Artist says professional, model, hobbyist, and collector. There's something here about people of monotheistic faith here. I will be one of that is sort of speak. I will be monotheistic here. Not really. No, that's not really the word that I would use. I just believe in every fucking thing. I don't believe that there's one right way or wrong way here. Bro, we got torture on both sides. We got loss of a loved one here. This could be like an industry type of thing where they like people in the industry are wanting to come forward here and they are wanting to speak up on certain things here, but they could be getting threatened to have something done to their families here. We have torture on this side and torture on that side here. Yeah, because informer, I cannot make it up. Trying to inform the public. It's like getting tricked into the industry to help brainwash the original people, the original keepers of the land, the original inhabitants and inheritors here. And they do this with music. You see, music it used to be a beautiful thing, a way that we communicated when our ancestors could not use their native tongue here or their native speech or even speak to each other. They used a series of taps and clicks and booms and stuff, and these were frequencies that allowed them to communicate without words, which that's not so much of a far removed thing from our ancient standpoint of where we once were a long time ago, where we communicated telepathically. So music became a way for us to communicate telepathically here, without being scolded or whipped or tortured for using our native tongue and our language here, right? And so then they created what is known as the industry. This is a mechanism here. This is a systematic program here where they use what it is that we created or what we recreated, okay, via the memory in our cells. They use that and they got people of our kind, from our families, from our group living, from our tribe, so to speak, okay? So they could put them in positions to give out low vibrational frequency music, or a music that had tunes and sounds to it that actually were interfering or interrupting frequencies, okay? Or disrupting frequencies to our natural frequencies here, okay? And there are people in the industry that know this, that wanted to get out, but they realized that not only were they enslaved by the devil for them agreeing to become a musician, and it probably was in the fine print, and they just didn't read it because they took the money. And by the time that they realized what it truly was, what it really was, being shown what it really was and what they were doing to themselves and to others here of their own tribes, of their own indigenous tribes and bloodlines and stuff, they could not, they had already vowed, they had already sold their souls here, right? And so the only thing that they can do is continue, or they get threatened to have their family taken out and be tortured. Period. So man, bro, I'm so sick of it's the shit just keep coming out. It came out. Government, bro. You hear me? Execution, executed, snitch, executioner, and witness. Man. What else? Devil. Oh, okay. What else? Accomplishment. You hear what I'm saying? Torture still at the bottom. And the destruction of that particular system here. Yep. Because of people's religious devotion, and it came out twice. Back to back. Religious devotion here. Reverent, mystical, extremist, and evangelical. I can never say that word, but evangelical. Okay. The destruction of religious devotions here. Religious devotions that's just simply dogma here. Okay. That are simply orchestrated, accomplished systems of the devil here. I mean, people don't like that I say that. It's true. It's true. Because the original worship should always be to nature, to Mother Earth, to Tiamat. And this is not simply, mind you, when I said at the beginning, and for those of us that would identify of the bloodline of the Mers, those of Oshun lineage here, which Oshun is Mother Orisha, okay? She will be the waters that sustain Tiamat, the earth, the growth, the life on it, and everything thereof. You see how the water and the earth go hand in hand together? So this is why I'm saying that there was a significant solar eclipse event where people of the depths of the heavens, the waters, the Oshun lineage, they emerged from the waters, and they came into connection with those of the land dwellers, which will be possibly the blue avian race and other species that walked amongst the land, or that kept the earth, and they exchanged knowledge here. It was no really worshiping of, there was an honoring of, a respects of. Okay, again, mind you, this person is pointing to their mouth, which means that they were taught to speak. Etymology, phonology, phonecia, anyways, but they had a respect for one another, for one thing not being over or above or more significant than the other, but them going hand in hand, working simultaneously, the earth needing the waters and the waters needing the earth, as the original dwellers dwelt upon both of them here. And so our original worship was not religious, it was nature based here. For everything that is given to us, that we walk upon, that we breathe in, that sustains our life for this, fleshly vessel here. Earth, water, nature. Baby, I done had people call the fucking police on me for being outside talking to my tree in my front yard and hugging my tree. I make people real uncomfortable, and I don't give a fuck. This is my tree in my yard. I call her mother. My children call her mother. My children call all trees and grass and everything mother. How can I not respect the thing that sustains my life? Because it sure ain't the fucking government or the government systems or programs here. There's something about a revolution here. Revolution because of the oppression here. Okay? During the ice disaster. Keep coming out. World War. Listen. World War and military. Hey, is that ice or not? Is this ice or not? Is this not saying ice? Ice disaster. Hold on. World War. You hear me? Military. Is that not talking about ice or what? Is it not? Yeah, okay. So, a lot of you may be feeling, you may have felt a lot of quivering in your body here. Is that all? That's all. Unless I want to read the backs of these cards, I'm going to start doing that here. Because the back of these cards, these are two-sided cards here. Oh, they finna have to abandon ship in Africa. They finna have to abandon ship. Whatever troops that they have in parts of Africa, they finna have to abandon ship. Real shit. Real shit. They need to consider where they are right now. Was it Spirit is saying to those who are on the bullshit, was it worth it? And this is for the fake leaders in power. Was it worth it? Or for somebody that took a job for $17,000, was it worth it here? Oh my God, I love those lilac plants that she has. Was it even worth it? Give me more on the extraction event. Extraction. Just so many. Yeah. From the archonic frequencies. They got to do away with that. That has been plaguing our lower chakras. The archonic frequencies or archonic parasites or parasitic frequencies that plague our lower chakras. But the reverse here. Yeah, to steal our destinies. That was in the reverse here. Matthew 16:20 is significant. I don't have my Bible here with me, y'all, but yeah, look, somatics. Sound healing experiments with sound in the reverse. In the reverse, okay? We have the Hebrew letter teeth, okay? Yeah, these people have no voice of reason, or they don't want us to hear the voice of reason. I may need to grab my Bible. They didn't want us to hear the voice of reason. This is what I was talking about them downloads here. This whole winter storm thing, freezing out of, they're trying to, technically, it just looked like ice here. But if you think of ice being in terms of an energy here, they are trying to freeze out the frequencies that are being rained down upon those that are needed to awaken or for certain spiritual gifts or knowledge to be given to, and the extraction could be an extraction of the archonic parasitic frequencies here that are just none other than frequency disruptors here. They are parasitic frequency disruptors. That's just like the body has parasites, energies or frequencies would have a parasitic a polar opposite. You see what I'm saying? Like high vibrational frequencies, you get intuitive downloads, nudges, you use your discernment here. You know what I'm saying? You use your intuition to activate spiritual gifts. It would have a polar opposite, which would be the archonic parasitic disruptive frequencies. Okay. That would not allow for us to hear the voice of reason here. Okay. And these people are cowering away. They are fucking scared. They are fucking scared because this is my, I don't cower, I tower. I don't falter, I alter. And this is for the high vibrational frequencies, the chosen ones, the star seeds, the light workers, bringers, bearers, the everyone. It's for those people. But with this being in the reverse, this is for those that didn't want people to hear the voice of reason here. And now they are cowering. And this is their coward's way out to try and freeze out the frequencies because, oh boy, if the fucking gifts come online, you know, all that meta-human shit, X-Men shit, if the downloads come in groves, like I heard that clarion call, and people awaken in spiritual gifts, and all of a sudden you're able to do things that you weren't able to do, and also being a spiritual warrior here, like, they fucked. Video document everything. Come up. I'm telling you. This is systems. Spiritual gifts, systems, organic systems within everyone that are coming online. Taweret here. Genesis. Taweret. Fertility, mother, hippo, goddess, Genesis. She means Genesis. Forgive yourself. She says forgive yourself. The extraction event here. The law of cause and effect. It states that any action causes a reaction, and whatever you put out, good or bad, you get right back. Also known as the universal law of karma. But karma is an unbiased law. It's neither good nor bad. It is contingent upon the person or the vessel and the type of energy that they or it is putting out. Okay? No more from here. One more pass. Somebody could use saffron as a mood stabilizer. It's very good, especially for anybody that's going through, feel like you're going through a mental or chemical imbalance here. Saffron is good, a good natural mood booster and stabilizer here. Okay, nothing else wants to come out. What's I mean? These false powers, that the people in positions of power, they are trying to get to a particular divine feminine or particular divine feminines with an S plural here to cause some type of effect here, self-validation here. Okay. For somebody, some people, Spirit is saying, find the lesson in what you went through, and then you will be able to heal from it. I believe this healing will come as automatic. This could be one of the downloads here. Seeing things from a different perspective or a higher perspective, what you went through. I also spoke about that the other day on my last live here. There's no need to fear. Underdog is here. That's for somebody. And it's okay to go into hermit mode so we can take advantage, because like how they are trying to use this winter storm against us to keep us in the house from being outside in nature. we can take advantage of this in hermit mode, and we can use it to the best of our abilities here to be able to sustain ourselves and keep going here. Hermit mode is not the worst thing. It allows for us to tap into our dual natures here, and that's something that they never think about these things. Everything has a dual nature to it here, and you will be on the right track with duality and then alchemy here. To alchemize something that they're doing using solfeggio tones. Can't make it up. Any more from this one? To accept your gifts, I cannot make it up. Iga zook zook. These people knew that their time was up, or that it would never be, this would never be forever. Mudras are significant here. You can use this time being in the house for those of you that are frozen in or snowed in to practice your mudras here, okay? It keep coming out. Some say go by in Nagawe or in Pomplayin. Somebody needs to take a second look at something. They don't want you to take a second look at something. But again, mudras. Because even if you're not the type of person like me, it's all different kinds of mudras, right? This one, we got this one. We got all different kinds of mudras, right? Very beneficial to us, right? They help us breathe different. They activate certain organs. They bring certain systems online here. They give you a clearer mind. They don't tell you this about mudras because of the nerve endings in our fingers and stuff. And when we bend them certain ways, we are activating a nerve here that is correlated to some other part of our body here. Okay. So mudras are very significant. They help you. And that's for those of you that don't like to do like the monk and Buddhist chanting. However, I combine them all. Crystals, every fucking thing here. We have jawed here. Jawed. And I didn't see shit. And it came out again. Some say go by in Agawe or in Pomplayin. It keeps coming out. This keeps coming out. Oh, that is not supposed to be there. Somebody needs to stop worrying here. There's a lot of rhythm taking place. The forest could indicate going within here. Somebody, you may have a hunter-gatherer spirit here. Take a second look at something that's heaven sent. Yeah, because you are very powerful here, a powerful hunter-gatherer here. And we have binaural, beta, theta beats. Your faith is wavering, but we're here for you. Pray, meditate, mudras, Om mantras, isochronic tones here. Okay? Man, the melodic tone of the divine flow. You'll find it. Yeah, for a specific divine feminine or divine feminines, or you could be a masculine with a hunter-gatherer spirit here. You may need to. You may be snowed in or iced in. You can't get to a particular divine feminine. Maybe if you tap into certain theta or binaural beats here, or just listen to certain frequencies, isochronic tones here, or meditate, do mudras, Om mantras, you'll be able to tap into the frequency of your divine feminine and possibly telepathically communicate here. I am divine. I'm telling you. So she can send you. You guys can communicate telepathically. I got At Your Best last night by Aaliyah. So alchemy, it is a spiritualized form of chemistry for transformation, creativity, philosophy, and proto-scientific traditions. Also used in China, India, Egypt, Africa. The art of transmutation, inner liberation, and change. Okay. Cleanse. That is an alchemical force. Cleansing, fasting, your body purging. That is an alchemical event that happens. Okay. You may need to cleanse your spirit, your mind, body, soul, or spirit here, using divine words and acts for guidance here. And something about a job here. Divine words and job. Somebody may be, you may be a pastor here. You may be a divine guider here. You may have your own congregation here. Um, but you are one of the divines here. You don't use this for ignorance or instilling ignorance in people. Okay. And Spirit is saying, don't wait. The time is now here. Yeah, for you to be independent, or possibly even start your own independent congregation. Okay. You need to tap into your shadow element. I can't remember them all off top, like fire signs. Your shadow element would be darkness. Okay. That means that in darkness you thrive the most, or this is where you embody the most of yourself here, where you obtain your light. Your shadow element would be darkness. I think for earth sign, it is the void here. And the void could be like not knowing here, not having all the information that you need, with you being an earth sign. Very analytical here, very observative here of the things that are in front of you. So of course your opposition or your shadow element will be the void, because you have nothing and you would have to depend on solely on what it is, analyzing yourself within, analyzing all the key details of yourself within. Now I don't have the other cards with me, but there every sign, every earth, fire, wind, air, whatever, water has a shadow element, and that is where you best thrive at. Okay. Yeah, authority in the spirit realm. There's something here about Baal, so we could be talking about androgyny. I don't know what that is. Androgynous. This could, I don't even know, because I don't believe this belongs in here, but we're going to set that to the side. We're going to denounce that at this time and send that spirit and that energy back to its respective places and close that door and portal to that motherfucker. Ashe, so much to be, and so it is. And then we have Methuselah. So those of old here. We could also be talking about reverse aging here. We could also be talking about living beyond your years, or in the spiritual realm. You may be young on this physical realm, but you may be very old in the spiritual realm here. Forest, you could be an earth sign. You don't have to be. I'm like, all these fail. So, and you need to stop worrying whoever it is and tap into using those mudras. Okay. To allow yourself to listen to the divine downloads that you're getting. This is not going to be supposed to be in here, but I'm going to read it. It says, work on your trade name and logo. Soft girl error. It's real. Okay. That could be for someone here. Business credit. So you could be getting that. Samba, dancing is significant. Transmutation. The changing of one element into another. So water turned to ice, water turned to snow. That's transmutation. Happens right before us. I know my camera's blurry, y'all. Trust me. The satellite, it has iced over. We had to go out there and like chop ice off of that satellite. Plus, I have all the kids here and all their devices connected. So I know it's blurry. As long as y'all can hear me, just roll with the punches. I'm about to end the live anyways. But transmutation here, changing the physical properties of something or a condition of something. Transforming one material into another, making something out of nothing. Just like in the beginning, there was the void. Hence, you very well could be an earth sign that I am tapping into now, with your shadow element being the void here. In the beginning, there was the void and there was darkness. So earth and fire are significant here. God said, let there be light. Okay. So the speaking of air, that air sign, speech, throat chakra. So we're talking about the elements. We're talking about divine and perpetual transmutation here. And in Genesis, in the beginning, that talks about transmutation. That's what was happening, that transmutative type of force here. Okay. Yeah. And then we have a lot of frequencies coming out. We have 369 hertz. Somebody needs to tap into their root chakra or activate their root chakra listening to this here, and then faith. So Collective, that is going to be all for this particular read or download. I thank y'all for tuning in and tapping in. And if the message resonates, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button at the very least. And for all of you that have come back and that have liked and subscribed, make sure your notification bells are turned on, and make sure that YouTube has not unsubscribed you to my channels, because I see what y'all do on YouTube and it's cute. It's cute. But nonetheless, I thank y'all for tuning in and tapping in. I thank y'all for all the support, the like, the shares, the subscribes. And I ask that y'all keep coming back. I hope wherever you are in this crazy ass weather, that you are somewhere safe, secure, very warm, that you have food to eat, and that your mental is very good. I send healing powers, prayers, and abundance to all of you as much as I can or be allowed to send to those of you that are upright in the heart. And I will see you guys on the next one. I love y'all, collective. Tune in and tap in for the next live. Bye.